Welcome everybody to another episode of the Jukebox playlist. This week or this month, I guess in February, we're going to be doing the rappers. This is one I was kind of brought on by a couple people. A lot of people expressed interest, and I think this one is going to be pretty exciting, pretty fun. We got a good panel today, some veterans, some a new guy today as well, and of course the king. Like how do you not have a rapper listen to the king? And without further ado, let's introduce our panel. First off, he is, I believe, the only rapper on our panel today. That is, of course, the king, Caleb Coho. Caleb, how are we doing, man?
I'm doing pretty great. I'm really excited about this list. My list is completely unorthodox, and you guys are going to love it, hopefully.
All right, awesome. Good to hear. Also joining us today, he is one of the founders of the Schmoes Bros Jack of All Trivia League. I know he recently did a podcast, I want to say a couple weeks ago, with Sean Sandberg. They broke down the Marshall Mathers LP album, I believe.
LP2?
LP2? Yeah.
LP2.
Yeah, I'm curious to hear his opinion, I know he's going to be a great spirit all around. That is, of course, the Hitman, Hunter Chambliss. Hunter, how are we doing, man?
What is up, you guys? I love rap music. I actually write some myself. Never actually recorded any like Caleb, but I love writing music, and I love rap. So I'm glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Also joining us today on the panel, making his debut in the Jukebox playlist. This is another guy that really wanted to be on here. He is, of course, the Titan himself, Chance Ellison. Chance, how are we doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. So happy to be discussing the best rappers of all time with four white guys.
Yeah. Yeah. Our diversity is unfortunately pretty bland, but yeah.
You gotta get one.
Hopefully diversity will grow as the years go on. And lastly, but certainly not least, he's making his internet debut. Joining us today from Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island, it is Sea-Dog, Corey Dugay. Corey, how are we doing, man?
Happy to be here with you guys. I tried to support Brooklyn and his trivia league. I would never be able to participate in a trivia match, so I'm happy to participate in talking about the 10 best rappers. I'll probably manage to screw that up, but it should be a lot of fun.
All right. Awesome. It's good to hear, guys. So how this is going to work, gentlemen, and for anybody who's watching who hasn't watched before, here's how it's going to go. We are going to go each individually. We're going to nominate a rapper that we feel that should be in the top 12. We will then vote as a council if that rapper should make the list. If they do, they stay on the list, and if not, they're out of contention. We do this until we get 12 names. Then when we get to 12, we will knock off 2 names from that list, and from the 10 that we have, we will rank the 10 to give you the official Jukebox playlist top 10 rappers of all time. And I'll keep in mind, guys, this is only single rappers. There's no groups or anything. Groups, we could easily do a top 10 groups. That's probably something that's going to be happening down the road. Maybe if we're doing this still next February, maybe we'll do top 10 rap groups. So without further ado, I'm going to kick this off. And for me, this is my number one pick. This guy's aged very well. Like, he's kept his style pretty straightforward, and he's able to collaborate with so many different styles, and just considered one of the best. And that is Snoop D-O-double-G himself. Snoop Dogg needs to be at least in the top 5 rappers of all time. I mean, the guy has barely changed, and his style is so unique, but yet it's so prominent in the industry. And guys, he'll hardly turn anybody down. I know he's collaborated with a rapper from the East Coast here, but they were classified from Nova Scotia. So he's like he'll work with any and all. I want to go over to Caleb first. Does Snoop Dogg get into the top 12?
No. Here's the thing about Snoop Dogg. His style's unique, but unique does not mean good. Snoop Dogg is not a rapper that I listen to as much as anyone in my top 20. He didn't make my side list. I don't know. Snoop Dogg's not a guy I think is particularly that great. He's got a couple good features and no really like standout songs to me. So I say that's a no from me, dog.
Oh, that's gonna be Caleb, I just lost a little bit little bit of respect there. Hunter, does Snoop Dogg make the list?
See, this one's kind of hard because I do like Snoop Dogg. And Brooklyn is correct that he can be in so many different. He can collaborate with a lot of other people and make the song a bit better. For me, I'm gonna give it a yes, just because I feel like he is different enough to where he should at least be in the top 12.
Alrighty. So then Snoop Dogg has a yes, and that's 2 yeses, 1 no. Corey, I'm gonna kick it over to you. Does Snoop Dogg make our top 12?
I do really like Snoop Dogg. I think he's very talented, and yes, he is very unique. But unfortunately, I cannot put him in the top 12 either.
You bastard! How dare you? How dare you?
Sorry, bro.
I thought you were my friend. All right, it's 2-2. If this happens, now, mind you, anybody who watches last time, my number 1 pick did not also make the list. So it comes down to chance. Chance, does Snoop D-O-double-G make the top 12?
Okay, so Snoop Dogg is someone who bursted big on the scene in the early 90s. He was a very prolific rapper for a really long time, and then he got into that zone that I don't like, where he just kind of became a whore for money. Like, literally, those guys are like, he'll do any song if you pay him enough. And that's something like, I don't like modern day Snoop Dogg as much. That being said, that doesn't erase all the great work he did way back when. So yeah, he makes top 12 easy.
Thank fuck. I would have been so mad had he not made the list. So Snoop Dogg is 1 of 12 in our list.
And he did find Bow Wow.
Right. What was that?
Okay.
He did find Bow Wow. That's a pretty significant.
Okay, I can settle for top 12, but I got 10 rappers that I can't in good conscience put him in above. That's why. But again, my number 1 will not make this list, and it's gonna depress me, but I'll get over it.
All right. Well, that's an excellent segue because you are next. Who is the next person you would like to nominate?
All right, I'm gonna nominate my number 1. My number 1 is one that no one thinks of as a rapper, even though they've made some of the best rap music I've ever heard in my life. He is one of the top. He's one of the best. Not one of. I think he's the best lyricist to exist in rap music. Just with how he puts together his verses and his lines, and how he can do polysyllabic rhymes consistently and make it sound great. And that's Lin-Manuel Miranda.
I'm sorry.
If Lin-Manuel Miranda is not a person that gets in front of a microphone and raps as consistently as people like Eminem, he's not considered a rapper, but he is a rapper because, I mean, people will best know him for creating Hamilton and playing Hamilton on Broadway, but he made the Hamilton mixtape, and in there he writes original raps, and you can hear him actually rap, and he is one of the best. He gives some of the best performances I've ever heard in rap music. He writes the best lines I've ever heard in rap music. He is a genius, and not just in like crafting stories with his songs, but just how he rhymes and how he flows. And I know this is not going to make the list, but I really, really, really love Lin, and he's the best rapper to exist in my mind. So,
well, you did nominate him, and we got to go through the process here. Hunter,
okay,
Lin-Manuel Miranda, make the list. Yeah.
To be honest, I had no idea who this person was, so I'm not the best to talk about it right now.
See, I made a mistake when I put in my 2 that people should look up, because I really should have put this one.
Yeah.
And I realized that too late.
Corey, does the head guy behind the musical Hamilton make our top 12?
No.
No, you don't want to go into vast detail as to why you say
such a genius. He's such a genius.
But I can't. So
he's a genius. Yeah, I gotta listen in my shot, man.
All right, Chance.
Okay, it's a tricky thing. Like, that is an unconventional pick. Now, I am a huge fan of Lin-Manuel Miranda. I don't agree with a lot of what Caleb said. I don't think he's the greatest of all time. I think there are like 5 rappers that are like way better lyricists than him.
Oh, I'll
That
concede
being
in performance.
said-
In performance, I'll concede totally, but in lyricism, I
No,
disagree.
let me finish the point. That being said, I think Lin-Manuel Miranda is one of the most creative minds working today. I think he can do like interjecting like rap into modern history. I think that's something really revolutionary. And funny enough, I was actually in a production of In the Heights in my high school. I played the lead. So
Really?
I'm
cool.
actually good. Yes.
Yes. I got one person to agree.
All right, so it's 2-2, and it comes down to me. That's going to be a hard no. There, I have
It's okay,
like
Chance. It's okay. Thank you.
I have a huge, not a huge list, but I have like at least another dozen rappers that I want to try in on this list. And in terms of like cultural significance, he doesn't. I'm going to say no.
I can agree. I can see that. I picked a really controversial pick, but I'm so happy that Chance voted yes.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I said yes because I want to get something a little different on the list. But hey, you know, if it doesn't get on, that's fine.
I think he's the best lyricist in rap music, but I'll concede he's not the best performer, but he's the best lyricist.
Yeah.
And lyricism is something that you'll notice.
I still fight you on that point. There are
Really?
better lyricists, one of which was actually.
Alrighty, we now go over to the hitman, Hunter. Hunter, yeah,
I wonder
Hunter.
where he's gonna go.
All right, mine is a very unique choice because he is a comedy rapper. He makes
Oh jeez.
he's really good at telling stories that are really funny but really like relatable. And I'm not sure if a lot of people have heard of him, but they should. His name is Little Dicky.
Yes. I'm so happy you brought up Lil Dicky. Oh my gosh! As soon as you said comedy rapper, I rolled my eyes a little bit, and then you were like, "Oh, he tells really funny and good stories." And I was like, "Is he going Lil Dicky?" Yes, dude. I love Lil Dicky.
Tell us why Little Dicky should get on this list.
Because one, you know, as I said before, he's good at telling back and forth stories through rap songs. And one, they're really relatable, like ex-boyfriend, which is about meeting your current girlfriend's ex-boyfriend and what you think of him. And then Molly, which is more of his serious songs, which he did with Brendan Urie, lead singer of Panic at the Disco. The fact that he can go real goofy, real, thought-provoking raps, and then go more into serious, more dramatic songs like Molly, which is about ex-girlfriend, and then all the breakups and stuff with that. He's just one of the most entertaining rappers, and just his videos that he puts on YouTube are really out there, outlandish. So that's my pick. I'm going a little off the wall, but Lil Dicky is one of my favorite comedy rappers right now.
Alrighty, let's kick it over to the panel. Corey, does Little Dicky make the top 12?
In terms of skilled rappers that today, I think Little Dicky is better than 9 out of 10 rappers that are currently, some of the biggest names out there. I agree. I think his comedy stuff is hilarious. And I think some of his songs actually do have a lot of replay value, such as Molly and whatnot. But I think in terms of longevity and things like that and total body of work, although he is super talented right now, I don't think he's been around long enough and has achieved enough to be named one of the greatest rappers. So I would vote no for Little Dicky.
All right, so that's a no from Corey. Over to Chance. Does Chance make the list?
It's a tricky one because Lil Dicky he's very fun. I don't know if I'd say 9 out of 10 most known rappers today. I'd maybe go like 7 very good. The problem is, I'd say problem is Corey, like he hasn't done enough. Like looking at his discography, at least one album, and that's nowhere near enough to get him anywhere.
Actually, he did about 3, but
he did one. He's had one album, one mixtape, and an EP. Still not enough. No.
Okay. I know my vote. Or yeah, I guess. So Caleb, I'm gonna kick it over to you next. Does Little Dicky make the list? I know it is currently 2-1 against him.
Okay. Now here's the thing with Lil Dicky. Lil Dicky, I completely forgot looking at my list about Lil Dicky, and that's because Lil Dicky transcends rap for me and is just a good artist. And here's the thing. I don't like the point of, oh, he hasn't been around long enough, because if that's the case, half the rappers on any of our lists are gonna get bumped off for being like, because what's the date cutoff? Like rap,
no,
because if we go with that point, if we go on that point, then like the only rappers we're gonna have are like Tupac, Eminem, Jay-Z, and Biggie. And it's like, here's the thing: Lil Dicky is really, really good. White Crime is one of my favorite songs that he's put out ever, and his whole album with Brain that he just put out is some of the best lyricism I've heard in rap. He's one of the best rappers working today. I put him in my top 5 of the decade right now. So yeah, Lil Dicky makes the list for me.
All right, all tied up 2-2, and the vote comes down to me. I didn't know enough about him, so I wanted to hear what everybody else had to say about him. And from what I gather, my opinion is this: yes, he's a good rapper, and I think he is prominent in this modern age where you're trying to break the trend, do these different things. But I think it's things that Chance mentioned, that he only has one album, and I feel like if that album was that great, everybody would have heard about him at some point. And the point that Caleb brought up, and I was kind of accidentally, was that he kind of forgot about him. So like, I gotta say no. I'm sure he's good, but I gotta say no, unfortunately. So Lil Dicky does not make the list of the top 12.
That's fine.
A rough first cycle out of the gate. We now go over to our newest member, Sea Dog. Who do you got to nominate?
All right, so my first nomination is going to be my favorite rapper of all time, and that's the gentleman by the name of Tech-9. He has 19 studio albums, 6 EPs, so he definitely has been around for a very long time. He's an independent artist, so he's done it all himself by, doing live shows, pushing his own merch and albums and whatnot. In terms of rapping ability, flow, lyrics, things like this, I think he's, in the top category for all of those. And I think being an independent artist, and he has worked with some of the biggest names in rap, I think that shows that amongst other rappers, he has that respect, because being a smaller name and somebody that's not associated with a big platform, they still choose to work with him because of his skill and his music alone. So I think Tech-9 deserves to be considered one of the greatest rappers of all time.
Absolutely. All right, let's kick it over to Chance first. Chance, does Tech-9 make our top 12?
No, I don't think he's. I mean, Tech-9's good. I'm not denying the dude has talent, but like, as far as, I don't know how to put this. I don't think he's in the upper echelon of great rappers. I mean, he's good, but he's kind of like the underground good. I don't think he stands up. I think we're looking at the greatest rappers of all time. And granted, the dude does get a lot of work, but even then, no. And plus, I can't remember the last time I even heard a new Tech-9 song, so it's a no for me.
All right, so I'm gonna go up next. Just so I'm not the final vote or whatever. I'm gonna vote yes, because I find that his style is like kind of obscure enough that it pops out, and he is one that is like, I find this relevant with like Corey-and-I's age of the mid to late 20s. I feel, yeah, like I'm looking at my list right now, and like he's definitely not top for me. He's not like top 5, but there are names that I can take off of my list to for him to fill in. So for me, it's a yes. Tech-9 should be, I think, in the top 12. I'll go over to Caleb next. We are currently 2-1 in favor of Tech-9.
Okay, Tech-9 is my number 9 on my list. He is really good. Tech-9 was someone I was skeptical of from the beginning, when I first heard his stuff, I'm like, he's kind of growly. I don't know if I like that. But the more and more I heard him, and the sheer speed that he can rap at, and how fluent he speaks the language of rap music, just draws you in. And it's a yes for me. Tech Nine is so good, especially on this feature that he did on a song called "Talk" by another rapper that I hope we talk about on today. But yeah, no, that's yes for me. Tech Nine's on this list.
All right, so that is a 3-1 majority at the moment. Or yeah, at the moment, like Hunter, unfortunately, your vote doesn't count. But how were you going to be voting?
Tech Nine is my number 6 on my top 10. I would have definitely said yes. Very unique, underground feel, real proud to be underground, which is something that you don't really see a lot of rappers being. You know, they want to make mainstream and they want to really push the album. But 10-9 went his own way, made his own label, and made the music that he wants, which is very respectable. Plus, his music is just damn good, from Fragile, straight out the gate with Surge. Just a whole bunch of songs I can list off right now, so Tech Nine would definitely made it for me.
All right. To end off our first cycle, we're gonna go over to the Titan himself, Chance. Who would you like to nominate?
So many on my list, but I gotta throw someone out that I'm surprised it took us 5 people to get here. Tupac Shakur. Tupac Shakur is one of the most influential rappers of not just his time, but like period. Sold over 75 million albums, makes him one of the best-selling artists of all time. And two of his albums are actually among the best-selling albums in the U.S. like period. He's consistently ranked as one of the best rappers of all time. Rolling Stone ranked him as 86 on their list of 100 best artists of all time. He made Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in his first year of eligibility. And even with all of that, you listen to his music. His music is fantastic. Like there's so many tracks on so many albums he has that just like speak to a part of America that when they came out felt very marginalized. And I think that music, the fact that it was very topical, but even about that, it's still very transcendent. It still resonates with tons of people today. Tupac is still widely known as one of the best artists to ever exist.
Yeah, I'm also surprised that it took us five picks to get here. But I'm going to go over to Hunter first, since your vote didn't count last. Does Tupac make the top 12?
Oh, without a doubt, yes. To be honest, he missed my list by like 1. But he was
a
like
little Dicky
number 11 for me. But yes, he would definitely yes for me.
Yeah. All right, over to Caleb next. Tupac makes the top 12.
And this is where the chat hates me. Okay, I'm not saying Tupac's not good. Tupac is one of the best of all time. Now, here's my problem with Tupac, is he's fake. When you look at the people on my list that I listen to, that I like personally in my life, Tupac doesn't make my top 20 because I like rappers. Like his lyricism is good. I like people who tell stories that are true and rap about things that are true to them and what's real to them. Everything that Tupac rapped about was not true to him. It was an act, a persona that he was trying to make. His lifestyle was not the same. And you know what? That's a lot with a lot of artists. I get it. But here's the thing. I don't listen to fake people. And I'm not someone who goes for that type of rap. I'm going to vote no, just because I feel like rap has evolved to a place. Like even Hunter said Tupac didn't make his top 10, but Lil Dicky did. And that's because rap has evolved to a place where you need to be really talented. And Tupac is good. I think he's a better songwriter than a performer. But that's a no for me. And this is where I get never invited back again.
Well, thankfully there's nobody in the chat right now, so you are safe for now. But I saw Corey shaking his head, bobbing his head there. Corey, I want to hear your opinion on this.
I mean, to say he's not in the top 20 or so. Anyways, don't worry, Chance. You got a supporter over here. I think he is obviously one of the greatest, one of the most influential, one of the most significant people in hip hop and even at a point in time pop culture. So I mean, like what he did isn't even, it's amazing. So he's 100% of my top 10.
I just want to reiterate really quick. I'm not saying he's not important or culturally significant. That I'd be ignorant to say he wasn't. I think Tupac is important, and you wouldn't have this list without Tupac. But yeah, no, just personally for me, he's not in my list.
Yeah, my vote. Oh, yes, I feel like for me, it's his flow, and especially like his stage presence when he's live. Like he has a blast doing it, and he gets the crowd going. So yeah, he would have been a yes for me. So that rounds out our first cycle. We have 3 people on the list so far. We got Snoop, Tech Nine, and Mr. Tupac. We're a quarter of the way there. Plenty of time to go. All right, guys. So my next pick to be nominated for the top 12. This is actually my number 2, and funny enough, how Tupac was nominated last. He is kind of a yin to Tupac's yang, and that is of course Biggie Smalls himself, Notorious B.I.G. needs to be on this top 12. One of the greatest rappers from the East Coast. Just that hustle and that boss mentality. Also his lyrics are really smooth. Big Papa, juicy, just it's very 90s, but it's 90s in the best way. And it's just one that's aged, I find, really well, and it's one that I jam to pretty often. So I'm gonna go over to go to Chance next. Chance, does Biggie make the 12?
Yeah, it's funny because like you're right, like Tupac and Biggie were essentially two sides of the same coin, and and essentially Biggie was like Tupac of the East Coast, so I'm gonna say yes because I mean you look at their lifestyles, they're very similar, and I think, but it was very different rap because like something that Biggie did, which I found very impressive. He managed to inject like sex appeal into his rap, and he managed to be like really like strong and really sexy while also being a really big dude. So. Yeah, Notorious B.I.G. absolutely makes top 12.
Yeah. All right, Corey, does Biggie make the 12?
Yeah, for sure. I think the thing that impressed me most with Biggie and his music is that today you can play that at a party and people that don't even listen to hip hop or like rap music will know it's a Biggie song and they will likely be able to sing along with it. And for songs that are that old to be liked and enjoyed by people that might not even like hip hop or might not even like rap just shows the talent in the music and the song making that he had. So yeah, he's definitely.
All righty, that's a clean our first clean sweep. Biggie makes the 12. Hunter and Caleb, unfortunately, your votes didn't count. But would they have made the list?
For me, yeah.
Yeah, Caleb.
I mean,
Okay.
you said.
I like Biggie more than I like Tupac because Biggie was actually what he wrote about. He was a crook. He was total gangster material, and he acted like it. He was a thug. And Biggie is someone that I like a lot. I think his lyricism is not better than Tupac's, but his performance is better than Tupac's. I would have I went back and forth with putting either Biggie or Busta Rhymes at my number 10 because Busta Rhymes and Biggie have kind of the same tone to how they rap, but Busta Rhymes, I think his skill in terms of his lyricism just narrowly edged out Biggie for me, which is why Biggie's my 11 and not my 10. So I probably would have voted no, but I'm happy Biggie's on the list, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I don't.
The one small thing.
Caleb's one of those.
Oh, sorry. The one small thing I wanted to add, and Corey will understand what I mean when I say this. There's a thing here called Indie Pop Night that has like mostly like 2K rock, 2K pop, like punk rock, that kind of stuff. The minute you play Big Papa by Big E, everybody storms.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know what it. People don't know what it is, but it's like the one rap song that gets played, and everybody just piles in.
Absolutely.
Gets people going. All right, so that's 4 of 12. We're over to Mr. Coho next. Who is your next nominee?
I'm gonna go with someone that I want on this list really badly. So yeah, I'm looking at 2 different names right now if we want to nominate because one I'll go with the one that I think I have to fight harder for. He's a newer rapper, but his success is something I've never seen for a new rapper, like not a new rapper, but a modern rapper ever. He's made 3 studio albums and 1 EP. All 3 of his albums are in the top 20 album iTunes charts consistently. His newest album, Perception, has been in the top 10 for, I think, 7 months now. He is incredible. His flow is unparalleled. His honesty in his music and his realness when it comes to how he raps is something I've never seen in rap music before. How genuine he is, how emotional he gets, and how talented he is, and that's NF. That's what I'm not.
All right, Hunter. Since you voted to count last, we'll go to you first. Does NF make the list?
Okay, this one's kind of hard because I've heard a few songs by NF, and the ones I've heard have been really, really good, especially "Let You Go." No,
Let You Down. That's off Perception. Yep.
"Let You Down." I do agree with Caleb. The dude's flow is really, really good, and the messages in his songs are what I like. I like when you can listen to someone's lyrics and you really feel emotional for them. So for me, I'm gonna slide towards yes. He is newer, but to me, I think he's from his flow to his storytelling to the beats. I think he should at least make top 12.
Yeah. Okay. Corey.
For me, to narrow it down to 12 rappers that have been the greatest of all time, the significance that they have had to have on the culture and the genre of music and stuff like that, I just think there's so many more rappers that have had a bigger impact, that have had more success, that have bigger songs and things like that. I think he is very talented. He might have, I don't know too much about him. He might have 3 albums in the top 10 on iTunes and stuff like that. But I just think his success that he has had so far, or like he hasn't had a big song that everyone listens to that has just taken over. He has that one. That's kind of popular right now, but I mean, he hasn't been huge to me, and I don't think he's top 12 of all time.
To very shortly and briefly counter that, "Let You Down" has been in the top 20, top 10. I think it's top 10, not 20 songs on iTunes for the past 8 months. And it's not changed. "Let You Down" is the biggest cultural hit he's had so far, even though it's on personally the one that I like the least of his albums. But he is unbelievable. His Billboard power, like his staying power, is something I've never seen. And regardless of age, I think he deserves. But I'm done. I'm done talking about it. Sorry.
Yeah.
I just wanted to do a counterpoint.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm gonna go next, and I'm torn because I understand what Corey's saying, and like that these rappers need to have some sort of significance. But I understand what Caleb is saying as well, because he kind of represents this newer generation of like the later 2010s. I mean, like he is bringing up stats as well that he is prominent. I may not have heard of him, but he is prominent. But the way I look at my list, there's like, even like outside of my top 10, there are 2 rappers especially in my list that I think that are better and like need to be on this list for a different reason, but I think a little more of an important reason. So to make it interesting, I'm gonna say no. It's a coin flip. It's like maybe tomorrow I'd say yes, but I'm gonna say no. So Chance, it comes down to you. We got 2 votes yes, 2 votes no.
Here comes the no, because Chance is a stickler.
NF make the win.
Not entirely sure what NF stands for, but for me, it's no fucking way. So here's the thing. Though. Like NF, here's the thing. Yeah, he's sold a lot of albums, but here's the reason why. Something that Caleb has not mentioned yet. He's a Christian rapper.
That makes it harder. That's against him.
No. That makes it easier. That makes it easier because Christians. I'm sorry, Christians are an easy group to manipulate and sell shit to. So no, I'm sorry.
But that makes it way harder because people are prejudiced against Christian rappers in the industry, and NF does not rap about Jesus.
Interesting.
Let me get in
2 songs.
Now,
2 songs.
Sorry, I understand where you're coming from, but the fact that NF is a Christian rapper, but he's not rapping about God and what you should do, and he's not
2 songs where he even mentions the name God.
Yeah, he's not one of those that's like throwing God down your throat, and he's not.
As someone who is a Christian, the Christian church does not approve of NF.
Okay. Unfortunately, guys, we got to kind of carry on here. I'm sure this should be kind of a conversation on its own about the modern rappers, but we gotta chug along here. Hunter,
okay.
who is the next person?
Mine, I like someone who can go from really goofy type raps to more serious, like I said, with Lil Dicky. This one is an underground rapper. It's been around for a little while. It's Hobson. Now, Hobson's first album, Raw, he had the song "Sag My Pants," which was a real goofy, more brag flow type song. Now, if you look at his new album, um, No Regrets, I think is what it's called. He's talking about more serious family type issues, and the fact that his flow hasn't changed that much. He keeps to himself, and plus, like the dude talks about real social issues that again messages, and I can relate to what he's saying in some songs, and then really disagree with him in others. But the fact that he's making people think, and while people are having fun with his music, is why I think Hobson should at least be in top 12.
All right. So I'm going to go to Chance first since he had the deciding vote last time. I'll give him the opening vote right out of the gate. Does Hobson make the list?
No.
No?
Next question.
Okay. I'm going to go next since I had the second last vote. I'm also going to say no. Just not relevant enough for me. I'll go to Caleb next.
Okay, Hobson is another one of these modern rappers that is good, but he's generic. He kind of gets lost in the crowd because he doesn't have too much of unique of a flow pattern. His lyricism is honest. Ill Mind of Hobson 7 is probably my favorite song he has because it's brutally, genuinely honest, and it sparked a lot of response songs. But I'm gonna vote no on Hobson just because there's like 9 other rappers on my list that I put on here before Hobson.
All right, so that is unfortunately a 1-3 vote. I know Corey, your vote didn't count. How would you have swayed?
No.
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 All right. All right, Corey. Well, you are up next at the plate. Who would you like to nominate to get in the top 12?
All right. So the next guy I want to throw out there is DMX. I think if we want to talk about rappers who have a relationship with God, well, he had that. And I think DMX is one of the most real rappers, one of the most talented rappers, one of the, greatest rappers of all time. I think his first 6 albums debuted at #1. He has gone platinum 14 times. He has, hits that still are good, relevant, easy to listen to today. And I think he's easily in the top 10 of all time.
Yeah. All right. So DMX is up for nomination. Hunter, I'm going to you first. Does DMX make our top 12?
Me personally, I'm gonna vote no. I mean, DMX, he's got some good songs, but to me, it's just not someone that I can easily listen to and really just like. Me, the important part is that I listen message I have an easy time listening to and just having fun. I can't do neither with DMX, in my opinion, so I'm gonna say no.
All right, so we got one yes, one no. Caleb, over to you.
No.
Wow.
No.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay, here's the thing with DMX. He's good, but when you go with culturally relevant popular rappers, we're not talking about DMX today. We just aren't. Not that much. Not as consistently. He's not a Biggie. He's not a Tupac. He's not a Snoop Dogg. He's not a Jay-Z. He's not an Eminem. He's not in the top 10. No.
All right, Chance, over to you. 2 votes, no, or sorry, 2 votes no, 1 vote yes. How do you sway?
I'm torn on DMX because I can't tell if he's good or not. Like a lot of his rap is just like shouting crap into a microphone, which is entertaining. And hey, look, X Gun Gave It To You has been on my workout playlist for the past 8 years. But Jeez. He has. Okay, it's a weird thing because he has made some songs that are still transcendent of the period when they were released. I'm gonna slightly edge towards yes, slightly.
I'm really sorry you cut out there, so I missed your vote.
I said I was edging towards yes. I'm edging towards yes.
All right, so that comes down to me, and the vote is hell to the motherfucking yes. DMX
There it is. Let's go.
is number.
Oh really?
DMX is number 9 on my list. He is somewhat of a guilty pleasure, but it's that raw kind of style that he brings to the table that makes him pop out. He is number 9, but he does make the 12.
I can't believe the one-hit wonder DMX made the list, but not NF, who is going to be someone we're talking about 10 years from now.
He's not a one-hit. He is not a one-hit wonder. That's a lie.
That's not. So Corey, I'm not sure if you're aware, but Caleb is known to be a heel, so he often has these unpopular opinions. Yeah. All right, Chance, you are next up for to complete our second cycle. We have 5 names so far. We need 7 more. Who do you got?
Okay, this is hard. This is hard because I have a lot that I could throw out that I think will make the list. But I'm gonna go one that some people might not have thought of, but I think really should, and that's Common. Common is someone who, like a lot of people, has been around for a long time, and he's still prolific and still doing a lot of stuff today. And not just as a rapper, but also as a producer. He has 20 Grammy nominations to his name, including 3 wins. 3 albums certified gold, 1 certified silver. He is one of the only rappers to be an Academy Award winner with a second Academy Award nomination. Outstanding. And I think the dude has a remarkable flow. He's remarkably soulful while also being raw. I do think the dude deserves to be top 12 at least.
All right, Corey, what kick over to you?
I don't want to start this one. Damn it. Yeah, throw him in top 12.
Okay.
In terms of like rapping skill and ability and content and stuff like that, he's definitely one of the most talented out there. I don't think using his success in stuff other than music kind of makes him a great rapper, because I think then you can throw some other guys on this list that, I wouldn't throw on this list as well. But yeah, I can see him top 12.
Yeah. I'll go next, and I'm going to say no. Only for the reason because of like the 19 rappers that I have on here, Common is not one of them. So I think, yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Hunter, over to you.
I'm much in the same ballpark with you, Brooklyn. He didn't make my top 10. I don't think he's in my top 20, to be honest. So that's the reason I'm saying no.
All right. So we got, once again, a 2-2 tie. It comes up to the king himself, Mr. Coho.
Chance, I want you to look into my face and watch me as I mouth the words, the letters N-O. There's no way Common makes this list and NF doesn't. So no, sorry, Common's not. He's okay. He's better.
Let go of NF, you son of a bitch.
He's better than Common.
Okay.
Bullshit. No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
I originally had a match set up for you two, but I have another idea that I'm gonna save for down the road. I think it's gonna be.
Way to bring it up right
Music Battleground. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Maybe. All right, guys. So that ends cycle 2. We got 2 more names on there, but we still have 7 more to go. My 3rd pick and the 11th overall pick. I'm surprised how this name didn't get mentioned already. Eminem.
Okay.
How do you have a top 10 list and you don't bring up Eminem? His cultural significance, his personas of Slim Shady, his later work. Like Rap God, like one of his later songs is a prominent song, and it's going to be prominent for a while. It's going to be sacrilegious if we don't have him on this list. I think I'm going to go over to Chance. Does Eminem make our 12?
Oh, it's me?
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest fan of Eminem, but I do agree he's very good, especially like with all the was especially coming in and to a genre that was essentially dominated by African Americans coming in and being as successful and even more successful than a lot of them. So yeah, I think he makes it.
Yeah. All right. Let's go over to Mr. Coho.
Eminem is my number 4 behind NF. And yeah, no, he's on this list. Like, I mean, the reason why we didn't put him on this list sooner is because it was almost a given that he was going to make the list. And that's because he's one of the best lyricists, one of the best performers. And sure, the first half of his career is better than his second half. He's made more bad albums since his hiatus and return than good ones. But the fact that he was able to put out a 19-song album in his, 40s, that was at least 65% good. That was like 65% good. Yeah, he's on this list.
Yeah. All right, so that is another clean sweep. Eminem makes the 12. Hunter and Corey, I know you guys' votes didn't count, but I'll go to Hunter first. Would Eminem have made the list?
He's my number 1, so of course he would make it. You know, he has had some hiccups with albums. I'll admit, I actually liked the Revival album. I thought there was a lot of great songs off of there. And yeah, his relevant, how he's continuously to be relevant, you know, even today, and the fact that he can change up his styles every time. So yeah, that's of course.
Yeah. All right, Corey. Quick yes or no?
Yep, definitely. I think obviously one of the best, with some of the best songs. So yep.
Yeah. All right. So that gives us we're at the halfway point, guys. We need 6 more names. It all starts with Mr. Coho. Who is your next nomination?
Okay. I feel like no matter who I say, I'm gonna get shut down at this point. So
don't say it.
All right, I'm gonna go with another modern rapper. I'm going to go with one that he's been building a name for himself since he showed up in like 2008, I think is when he put out his first album. I think he has 10, maybe 11 albums out now. He is really good. He's very prolific in his style. He is very fluent in his lyricism and how well he can rap, and that's Futuristic. His new album that he just put out, Blessings, is one of the best rap albums of last year, and it came out with 2 weeks left in the year. I think it's better than half, if not like 75% of the rap albums that came out last year. He's one of the best in the business right now. He's not the best in the business right now. His song Talk blows away almost anything that half the rappers that have come out now have put out in their entire careers. And yeah, no, Futuristic deserves to be on here.
All right, Futuristic is up for nomination. Hunter, since you're open to count, we'll go up to you first.
Again, I don't really know that much about Futuristic, so I'm just gonna skip my turn because I'm not qualified to judge at this point.
Okay. Corey.
He is very talented. Talk is a really good song. I think Tech Nine and Devon Terrell are better than him on that track. And to me, Futuristic is mostly, you know, he raps really fast, and he was kind of a gimmick on YouTube that got views because he dressed up as a nerd and went out and rap in front of people. So he's not making my top 12 at all.
Right. Chance?
I'm sorry. Yeah, it's a no for me. For all the reasons Corey just said, I think he got big for that reason. And rappers like him kind of just, they don't rub me the wrong way. They're just like, they're there, they're fine.
Yeah.
So no.
Okay. All right. So unfortunately, that is it's 2 no's and a yes. So it's gonna go over to me.
Wait, who said yes?
I mean, I kind of spoiled it. I'm gonna say no. I don't know enough about him, and like, if I'm gonna make the argument that Common didn't make my 20, like, I didn't think Futuristic to throw it in my 20. So I'm gonna say no. So unfortunately, it is 3 no's. Hunter, anything kind of influence your vote at all?
So is it my turn to have a nomination?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
All right. So someone who I feel should be at least top 10. The dude has been getting out hits after hits, albums of the album. Just everything about the dude, from his style, from the music in the background. They use a little jazz flair. He uses a really good beat, to the lyrics, to everything about this dude screamed one of the greatest rappers.
Okay, I'm really sorry. I didn't hear your choice. Your audio cut out like partway through this.
Kendrick Lamar.
Kendrick Lamar. All right,
Okay.
Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go to Chance first. I think Chance said a first vote in a while.
It's funny. I only have like one modern day rapper on my list of nominations, and that is Kendrick Lamar. It is Kendrick Lamar, and I think Kendrick, like, he's kind of. I don't know if I go far to say he's the Tupac of this generation, but he has a similar style. He has a similar subject matter, and I do think he's very creative. He performs very well, and he's very good on the mic. And yeah, I give Kendrick Lamar a big yes.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Coho.
Okay. Kendrick Lamar is on my side list. I think he's my number 13. Kendrick is the rapper of this decade. He is one of the most prolific songwriters of the decade. There's a reason why he has 11 Grammy nominations under his belt, and he has like 6 albums out. He's good. Like, he's really good. And this is where I get the rub, because I have to look at what I have on my list that I still want to get on here and what I want to try and get on here. And I'm going to vote no to Kendrick just so I have enough room to put a couple of people on here, or try to get a couple of people on here that I want.
The first no vote. Corey, I'll kick it over to you. Does Kendrick make the 12?
I'm not a huge Kendrick fan. I either really like a song that he's in or a song that he puts out, or I'm not really a fan of it at all. But in terms of, it doesn't really matter what I think of him. It's kind of universally, accepted that he's probably the most talented rapper that's rapping today. Everything he touched seems to turn to gold, and I would include him in the list. Yeah.
All right. Kendrick Lamar does make it. And
I agree he should be on here, but I just Yep.
I was also going to vote yes. I was going to vote yes purely because of the work that he did on the Compton album.
Okay, that's fair. I think I'd put him on here for Untitled Unmastered alone, because that is a really gutsy thing to do, is to do an album of songs that don't have names and not master it and just show the raw mix of your skill and have it be his best album.
Yeah.
So.
All right, so we got 7. We're over the hump. We got 5 more. Corey, you were up next. Who do you want to throw up there for nomination?
Okay, I gotta throw this name in here now. And when you talk greatest rappers, you can debate all day long, but the general consensus in like the hip hop community is that the greatest album of all time is Illmatic by Nas. And I think if you're ever going to have a conversation about greatest rappers, Nas has to be included and near the top of that conversation. So I'm saying Nas.
All right, we got Nas up for nomination. I'll go to Hunter first.
Nas. And for that reason, he didn't make my top 10, because I haven't gone back and listened to a lot of Nas songs. Maybe I should go back and listen to them. So for that reason, no, just because I feel like there are other, I'm not going to say better artists, but more influential and maybe lyrically sound, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go next, and I'm gonna vote yes. His name has been brought up by a couple of different people, like even outside of here. I don't know enough about him, but again, I have to go back to that cultural kind of significance that he brings. And if people are going to be talking good about him, and like looking at my list again, there's one that that list of people that I could dump off is getting fewer, but there is one name that I can now dump off, and I'm kind of careless about. So yeah, I'll vote a yes. So that is 2-1 in the yeses. We'll go over to Chance next.
Yeah, I give Nas a huge yes. I love Nas. I think his music is phenomenal. Like, and it's because like it's all subject matter. Like that's usually what I lean more towards, and I think his is fantastic. And the message is one of the most prolific, not prolific, one of the most profound hip hop songs I've ever heard in my life. So yeah, I'm going a big yes for Nas.
Nas does make the list. Sorry, Caleb. I know your vote didn't count, but how would you have swayed?
See, there was a period when I wrote this list, and one of the first names I wrote down was Nas. He ended up falling off my top 10 just because of Royce da 5'9" and Busta Rhymes and all these other people that I started finding. But no, I'll throw Busta Rhymes even out of this discussion entirely for Nas. So yeah, Nas would have made it.
Alrighty, so we got 8. We got 4 more to get here. Chance, you are next. Who do you got?
How many do we have so far?
We have 8. We have Snoop, Tech Nine, Tupac, Biggie, DMX, Eminem, Kendrick Lamar, and Nas.
I forgot to write Biggie down. Okay. Funny that Nas is our last nomination because I'm going with his part-time rival, Jay-Z. Jay-Z is he's someone who he came in a little bit later than the rap scene. He came in like the late 90s, but he broke it big. The dude has been prolific. Like he's still putting out fantastic albums and getting Grammy nominations today. 3 of his albums were ranked by Rolling Stone on the list of 500 greatest albums of all time. He is one of the biggest Grammy-winning. He's one of the most Grammy-winning artists. Period. Not just in hip hop. With 21 wins, I think when you look at like the pillars of like prolific rappers and people who are influential and most interesting artists in the world today, you got to look at Jay-Z. So Jay-Z is my next nomination.
All right. Let's go to Mr. Coho first because I know you voted to the count last time. How do you vote, Jay-Z?
No, sorry. Jay-Z is fine. He's okay. But I wouldn't – just because someone is a classic doesn't necessarily make them good. That doesn't mean they're a great rapper. It means that in popular culture, people like their music generally. But I'm not someone who likes Jay-Z. I just personally, for me, he's listed as a classic, and I don't think he deserves to be there. Yeah, no, that's enough for me. I don't like Jay-Z that much.
Okay. All right. Corey.
I mean, the guy made Collision Course with Linkin Park, so it's a definite yes.
Okay.
But yeah,
that's the only reason.
No, Jay-Z is actually unreal, and what he's done is amazing, and he's easily one of the greatest.
All right, Hunter. We got 2 votes yes, 1 vote no. How do you sway?
JJ. I like his music. Like I do. Like just the way that he can, come out with different songs, either sampling or being a guest artist or by himself. It's really incredible. I have like 2 or 3 on my list that I feel like should be over Jay-Z. So I mean, if he makes the list, then great. If not, I'm gonna say no, just because I do feel like at least 1 or 2 on my list should at least be in contention for top 12.
Okay.
And I'd agree with him saying anyone on his top 3 deserves to be there more than Jay-Z, unless it's Lil Uzi Vert. So yeah.
This is really fucking tough. I was hoping it wouldn't come down to me because I was swaying yes and no. Like, I agree with Corey. I love Collision Course. Even like Empire State of Mind is one of my favorite rap songs.
Volume 2, Hard Knock Life, American Gangster, the Blueprint series. Come on.
99 Problems on its own.
99 Problems on its own. The Black Album in its entirety.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna say yes because of the 4 that I want to try and get on here. One of them's gonna be really hard, and I think it's gonna save me trying to debate and try to beat a dead horse. So Jay-Z is gonna make that list. So we have 9 and we have 3 more. Yeah, that completes, I believe, our third cycle. We got 4 names on that list, so I'm pretty proud of us. We for the most part we're in agreement. So my next pick to get on this 12, I'm kind of surprised that he hasn't been mentioned. He's actually number 3 on my list. I know you can argue that he's more known as a producer, but you can't argue his rap style, and that's Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre needs to be on this list. I mean, his work with NWA, like especially his performance in "Express Yourself," the entire 2001 album. I mean, the album Compton itself, like what he's able to do, and it's just that. I know I'm going to overuse this word, but it's like kind of raw, but it's that like it's that you're kind of push it. You're kind of pushing the beast. Like he's a favorite of mine, and yeah, it is kind of nostalgic, but I have to at least try. So I'm going to go to Mr. Coho first. Does Dr. Dre make our 12?
Okay. Dre revolutionized rap and changed it with NWA. However, when it comes to NWA, he's not the person that I think of that is the best member of the group. When I think about all the songs that I like that Dr. Dre is involved in, he's either a producer or there are people that are featured on the song that I like more than him in that song. Like I Need a Doctor is probably my favorite song that he has, and Eminem's the best part of that song.
Serious?
I think he's a way better producer than he is a rapper. I think he's just okay, so I'm gonna say no.
Okay. All right, Hunter, Dr. Dre, make the 12.
See, this one's kind of hard because you like I'm going to side of the producer, and the guest spots, he's amazing. There's not a lot of songs that I heard that I feel are like globally impacted or to me has hit me on a personal feeling. So I'm gonna say no.
All right. 2 no's and a yes. I'm going to go over to Corey. Does Dre make the 12?
He is close for me. I kind of agree with Caleb in the sense where I think a lot of his songs that I really enjoy, I enjoy because of the guys that are on the song with him. But with that being said, 2001 is one of the greatest albums of all time, and I am going to say yes to Dr. Dre.
All righty. So we got 2 votes yes, 2 votes no. Taking it over to Chance. He's shaking his head. I don't like it at all. How do you vote, sir?
2001, The Chronic, Compton, 3 phenomenal albums. I'll start with NWA. Great. Want to hear NWA tracks, believe it or not. Express Yourself. Great. My biggest problem is look at Dr. Dre on the whole. His work as a producer and like work as a producer way outshines work as a rapper, which is what's holding it back for me. And I feel like if you were doing, I feel like he's shining more a producer more than a rapper. So I'm giving Dr. Dre a no. But even though it hurts, but I'm giving Dr. Dre a no.
I got a chance to agree with me.
I tried.
Used to it.
I knew he was going to be a tough one. Yeah.
If this was top 10 producers or top 10 like people in hip hop genre,
Yeah.
if it was like top 10 like influential voices in hip hop, he makes it hands down. But top 10 rappers, I don't think he's quite there.
Not even top 12.
No.
Top 12. No, I don't think he's top 12 either.
If you wanted Dre to get on the list, you'd have to nominate the entire NWA because his work with NWA outweighs what he does on his own. No. I'm just gonna say no.
All right, guys. There's a small little tear going down my eye as Dr. Dre. I have to scratch him off my list. All right, Mr. Coho.
This is where it's hard. This is where it gets hard.
Can we just say no?
3 more.
Can we just say no and get it over with?
This is where it gets hard because I look at my list. I look at my list, and I have 3 names here, and I know for a fact. Well, I have 4 names here. I know for a fact one's not making it, so I'm gonna cross Andy Mineo off my list right now.
Unless I like Desperados, I would have said no.
Yeah, look. I'm gonna go for the one that I think will be the easiest to get on here, and that's Logic, because Logic has made 3 albums and 1 mixtape in his life, and every single one has crushed it. Logic is very human, has a lot of really good things to talk about. Is one of the best storytellers I've ever seen in rap music, where every single one of his albums tells one cohesive story, and they each stand alone and yet tied together. The Incredible True Story ties directly into Everybody, and Everybody ties directly into Under Pressure. And all of these all fit together to tell one big story and also a personal individual story. And Bobby Tarantino is just really fun as a mixtape. So I think Logic should be in the top 10 just because, he's in my top 3 modern rappers, hands down, easy.
I'm gonna go first. And if anybody watches How I Met Your Mother, I'm gonna use a no questions asked. Nope. There are 2 other rappers here. Nope. Hunter.
See, I like Logic, I do, but I do agree with the stocks, quick that I think he's at the level right now where he's considered the greatest of all time, or at least the top 10. In my opinion, I mean, maybe a little bit later, he could be considered a great, but right now, I do feel like he's getting there, but to me right now, it's a no.
I mean, he's done with his next album. He's retiring after album 4, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's at the very end of Africari in the last song on Everybody. It cuts to ambiance and the characters from The Incredible True Story turning off the Everybody CD and getting ready to put in his 4th album, and they go his last one, and that's how the album ends. And I'm like, it's crazy. So,
all right,
the time will.
I'll change it up here right quick. Chance, Logic, yes, no.
Maybe that's his last album because he's evolved from Logic to Reason. But no, here's where I'm going. It's tough because in one facet I do agree with Caleb in that he is one of the better rappers we can have with putting modern rappers on a greatest of all time list. That they're too new. We haven't had a chance to see like how we're gonna feel about Logic like 10 years from now. And granted, I do think the Suicide Hotline song is important and it's really good. I'm still saying no.
All right. I believe that is.
Yeah, Logic's off. He didn't make it.
Logic's off. Yeah.
I thought that was the one that I could get on here easiest. Oh man, now I gotta see if KB.
It's been a tough show for Caleb.
I know my list is super unorthodox.
Yeah, I feel like
Eminem's made it and Tech Nine has made it.
Last podcast.
One you nominated.
No, nothing on my list that I've nominated has been approved yet, which is sad.
All right, Hunter. You have 3 spots left.
Okay, this one was hard because in my opinion, I have a lot of people I do want to nominate, but I'm gonna go with one that again can change up the style and really can tell great messages in each of his songs, whether it's about having fun or whether it's about a social issue. I'm going Macklemore.
Go on about it.
You can go from rap, like thrift shop, and then you can go into social issues, gay rights, which is something that no rappers talked about, and he's really condoning it in One Love, and just the fact that he can go into so many topics and make every topic either fun or make you think about what, lyrics and stuff like that, and the fact that, in my opinion, his rhyme scheme to me is really, really good. It's really fast, and he can really slow it down if he wants to. So I'm putting more on my list.
All right. So Macklemore is up there. Corey, I'm gonna go to you first.
Nope.
Does he take one of the remaining 3 spots?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
All right, Mr. Goho.
I think me and Hunter have a very similar taste when it comes to rap music because I think Macklemore is fun. He has one good album, and that whole album isn't good. And then that whole album's not good. The Heist is okay. Thrift Shop is fun, and Same Love is important. But with that said, I'm gonna vote no on Macklemore just because I don't think he's the best of all time. He's funny, but he's also really fun to listen to. But he's not. He doesn't add too much to the rap genre. So I'm gonna say no.
Chance, over to you.
I as much as it pains me to say, I actually agree with Caleb. Like, The Heist is a great album, but like nothing else he's done so far is stacked up to The Heist. And look, I do think like he's a good artist, but he has you can't make a top 10 list based off the strength of one good album. So no.
All right. Yeah, unfortunately, Hunter, we're gonna have to crush the Macklemore dreams. The ceiling has crushed him. He's voted off. Corey, can you?
I will say Downtown was fun. That was the first good thing he's made.
Downtown's good. Downtown's good.
That's like the first good thing he's made in 5 years.
Yeah. All right, Corey, can you keep your nomination streak alive? I think every pick that you've had got on this list.
I don't know how DMX got on here.
Because he's one of the best.
Corey.
I'm kind of tempted to take away my DMX vote. Okay.
This might be the first one that definitely doesn't make it. I'm not a huge fan of this guy, but in terms of success, okay. I'm going to put Lil Wayne's name out there.
What?
And
oh my gosh.
The reason that I am putting his name out there, in terms of his albums, the Carters are all right. They do have some actual deep tracks that are pretty good. But the fact that this guy released singles from 2006 to 2016, he went 42 times platinum with the singles he released. There was a span in hip hop where everything he put out was the biggest song. Caleb, I know you were talking about NF having longevity on the charts. Lil Wayne has hits like Lollipop, A Milli, Get Money, Drop the World, Mirror, Sucker for Pain. Everything this guy was on for a period of time was number one. And I'm not a fan of him, but in terms of success, numbers don't lie. And I would say he is one of the greatest of all time.
All right, I'm gonna go first. Since I didn't get a vote last. I'm pretty sure I did get a vote last time. Corey, I thought I knew you. I thought I had an idea of like what you were gonna do. I'm really surprised to see him on here. I mean, yeah, he's successful, but like, I mean, with that logic, I would put Vanilla Ice on here because the one song that he put out was incredibly successful.
No, you fucking.
So I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no because if I'm not gonna put Vanilla Ice on here for the exact same reasons that you did, I'm not gonna put on Lil Wayne. Mr. Coho.
There were 5 names that as soon as we got in the top 3, that I just knew that if someone nominated them, I was going to just bash my head through a wall. They were Lil Wayne, Kanye West, Drake, Lil Yachty, and Lil Uzi Vert. And if any of those 5 got set on this list, I was going to punch my wall.
Where's
They do it. Punch you off.
I just there. Now here's the thing. I did. Yeah, I did twice. My knuckle's bleeding. Okay, so here's the deal. Lil Wayne has maybe 2 songs that are decent. Maybe 2. 3 if you want to argue a milli. But no, it's just absolutely not. I'm flustered that you'd even say this because you put Nas on here and you want to put Lil Wayne up there with Nas and with Kendrick and Eminem. Get out of here. No way. Absolutely not.
All right, so a couple of hard no's. I'm gonna kick it over to Hunter next. Yeah, I want to hear your thoughts on this.
Hell no.
Wow.
Hell no, Lil Wayne doesn't make the list. Like I said, dude, there's like 3 songs that I somehow like, and it's not even because of, like, I like Love because of Eminem. I like Drop the World because of Eminem, and I like Mirrors because of Eminem. So, no.
All right. So that was unfortunately 3 no's. I'm sorry, Corey. Your streak has ended. Chance, I know your vote didn't count last. Your vote didn't count, but how would you have voted?
There are a few songs of his that I do like, but Lil Wayne sounds like Jim Varney if he became a rapper. No.
I just want it to be known. I don't like Lil Wayne. I don't enjoy his music, but he's one of the most successful rappers of all time with some of the biggest hits ever. And I mean,
But-
I can name a guy that's been around for 1 year and has a couple good songs, or you can name someone that was popular for over a decade. And
Just because he's sold music doesn't mean it's good music, though. Lil Uzi Vert makes tons of money off of his music, and he's absolutely awful.
I mean,
I agree.
I understand. I understand why you did, but I think a better point than Vanilla Ice. It's like putting Nickelback on the top 10 rock bands.
Hey now,
Yeah,
hey
no.
now,
No,
hey
we're
now,
not-
hey now.
Nickelback fucking
I like
sucks.
Nickelback.
You know?
I like
No, you
Nickelback.
don't.
I've
No,
seen
you
them
don't.
live. They're the best live band I've seen in my life. Okay.
I appreciate the effort.
This is actually not sarcasm. I do actually like Nickelback.
Okay. All right, Chance. We need 3 picks here. I don't think any of the picks this round have gotten through. Can you break it?
I'm gonna try, even though I have we kind of like singled out all my solo rappers, so kind of. I'm gonna go. Okay, I'm gonna go for a personal pick. I don't think he's gonna make it, but I'm gonna go with him. My next nomination is actually gonna go to. It's someone who was famous because he's part of a group, but he was kind of the face of that group, and that's Q-Tip, who a lot of people will know as the frontman-ish from A Tribe Called Quest. And there's a reason this dude was a personality. He was larger than life, and he came through like on his songs. He showed that on his songs. Like he always had the best verse on a Tribe Called Quest song because he was the one member who would never shut up. But there's a reason like he's featured like so heavily on so many of their hits because like he was the best out of them, and he was the fact like the style of rap, his voice, his tone, his inflections, his lyricism, like the dude had it on lock, and he was an influence to so many people in that time. So yeah, I think Q-Tip of A Tribe Called Quest should be top 12.
Yeah. All right, Corey, I'll go over to you next. It's Q-Tip. Make the last 3.
Q-Tip kind of falls in like a category with like Raekwon and Method Man and like Crazy Bone and stuff for me. When I was thinking of this list, I kind of didn't really consider him because of his association with a group. So
I knew that was gonna be a problem.
What's that?
And I knew that was gonna be a problem.
Yeah. I guess like for the names I have, I'm gonna say no, but we might be here till Thursday, but I'm gonna say no.
All right, Hunter, if you're still around, yes, no. We might have lost Hunter. Okay, I'm gonna go to Caleb next. Q-Tip.
No, because we didn't put Dre on here. Because I get Dre's more of a producer, but that'd be putting Dre on here to represent NWA or Black Thought to represent the Roots. I'm gonna say no, just because Q-Tip on his own. When I think of Q-Tip, I think of A Tribe Called Quest, and I don't see Q-Tip standing alone as his own artist with his own unique sensibilities, I guess. I don't know. Whenever I think of him, I think of A Tribe Called Quest, and he's just an extension of that. Just like Dre, to me, is an extension of NWA or Black Thought, an extension of the Roots. So I'm just gonna say no.
Okay. My vote is also going to be no because I think Tribe Called Quest is more known than each individual member. So I am going to say no. So
I was trying for personal reasons. I'll get the next one.
Oh yeah, for sure. All right, so here, three spots. I have to try for this one. Might be the only girl we get on here. That is Missy Elliott. She, I mean, like being a woman in the rap industry, like you were gonna have problems, especially in the early 2000s to begin with. So I think she kind of answered that by being a little bit weird. She's kind of out there, like definitely kind of freaky. But it's good and it stays relevant today. And she has she carries that kind of swagger and like that, and like similar to Biggie, that boss mentality, with her flow and with her style. And I think you got to try and at least get one girl here, because females are are not as like the scale is pretty favored, or not favored, but like there are definitely more men in rap than there are women. But I think of the women, she is probably the best. So I'll go to Chance first. Does Missy Elliott make the final three?
Missy Elliott is the greatest female rapper of all time. Like, no question, no one even comes close. And you know what? I think we should diversify, try something a little different. Yeah, I'll get. Oh, I said yes.
Oh, yes. Oh, sorry. All right, Hunter. Since you, we unfortunately we missed you there. So Missy Elliott is up for nomination. How would you like to vote?
Who is it now? I'm sorry.
Missy Elliott.
Missy Elliott.
Ooh, very influential. Again, I'm gonna say no just because I don't know so much of her work. So I'm gonna say no.
Okay, Corey.
Yeah, sure.
Hey.
Yeah, I think she's very talented. Big hits.
Yeah,
I can see it. I can support that.
Okay. All right. Caleb, what are you vote to the couch? Plus, how would you swear?
Okay. Personally, for me, she's not the best female rapper. I think, again, absolutely important that we have a female rapper on here because the scale is non-existent. I can think of 4 female rappers off the top of my head, and that's just because I live in the world of rap music. But see, like personally, I think this is controversial. I would probably put Nicki Minaj on here before I put Missy Elliott.
You are stupid.
No,
you are stupid.
I would put Eve. I would argue that Eve might be as good.
I'll agree with that. I'd put actually, you know what? I'll put Eve on there before I put Nicki Minaj. But I'll put Eve. I forgot about Eve. I'd put Eve on here before I put Missy Elliott. I just, I don't know. I would have said no just because she's not even my favorite female rapper.
Definitely not Nicki Minaj.
Nicki Minaj has a lot more cultural significance to my generation.
Yeah, now.
I'm telling you, when you look back in 10 years, you're gonna look back and you'll be like, oh yeah, Nicki Minaj was a person.
Oh shit.
I'm just saying. She's not great, but
Mr.
logical pick a female one.
Mr. Vote didn't count. We have 10. We need 2 more. What do you got?
Okay, I only have 2 more names. Well, I have 3 names on this list, and I struck Andy Manuel off, so I have 2. Now, here's the thing.
I'm gonna say no right now. I'm saying no right now. So,
I know you're gonna say no because whoever I pick, you're gonna be like, oh no, because they're not good enough. Whatever. Here's the thing.
Yeah,
gentlemen, the only thing that I ask is at least listen to the argument. You may not like them, but listen to the argument that they present.
I'm going to pick the more popular and prominent of the 2 that I have here. And I'll just show my hand right now. I have Lecrae and I have KB written on my list. And I'm going to go with one that's more prominent, and I'll go with Lecrae. Now, here's the thing. Lecrae, here, if we're putting together a top 10 and we want to have the best of the best represented, Christian rap is a huge category of rap music. And if you're going to put someone to represent that category, you put Lecrae. Because Lecrae is not only the most prolific of the Christian rappers, he has transcended Christian rap to get Grammy nominations in the rap categories for his Anomaly album, and was signed to Columbia for a joint distribution deal because they recognized how much he had to say and how good he was at saying it. And he is now, and his album All Things Work Together addresses serious social issues. His song Facts is very important and prominent. Yes, he's a Christian rapper. You can count that against him all you want. But here's the thing. Every song that he writes is very well written. Every performance that he gives is incredible. And his album Anomaly is in my top 5 albums of all time, just because track 1 to track 15, every song had me enticed, every song told a story, every song had weight, every song was important. And his All Things Work Together album, he has Gravity. He's been in the industry since 2004. He has 3 mixtapes and 10 albums. And every single album has been phenomenally strong since day one with Real Talk and with After the Music Stops. And this is going to get shot down probably, but if there's one person on my list that I really would fight to get on here, it'd be Lecrae.
Okay, I'm really sorry. We gotta unfortunately we gotta pick it up here. We're at almost an hour and a half. Hunter. Yeah.
Again, don't know this dude. I've never even heard of him, so I'm gonna skip my pass because I don't feel like it's right for me to give a judgment on him without listening to him.
Okay. I mean, chances. I believe chances are already voting no, but just to confirm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Okay, Corey.
Yeah, I gotta say no.
I like the argument that you're pitching Caleb, but I got to agree. Like it's going to be tough for a modern rapper to get on here. They have to be pretty prominent.
He's not modern. He's from the same era as Eminem. They started about the same time, so he's definitely not modern, and he's definitely held his weight over time. His audience has only grown and grown and grown and grown and grown.
Oh, yeah.
To the point where he's been Grammy nominated. So he's a Grammy winning actually.
I'm sure. Like inside the rapper, inside like the rapper and like the hip hop industry, like he's really good.
His song was up for Record of the Year.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna say no. I'm really sorry. Hunter. Oh, sorry. Before we start, Caleb. Somebody, I believe it's Caleb. Your mic is either like hitting your shirt or something, or it's either Caleb or Hunter.
Is it me? Is it still going?
No, we're good now. Oh, now it's you. Yeah. All right, Hunter, what do you got?
Okay. I'm gonna go with this one just for personal opinion, personal preference. This dude is kind of new, but he's been around for a few years. He's signed under Shady Records, Eminem's label. I'm going Yellow Wolf. Southern rap, has really good messages in music. I love the collaboration he did with Eminem with Best Friend. Tennessee Love is a really good slow love song in my opinion. Again, this is just my perspective. I know a lot of people don't like him, but I think he should at least be in the top 12. But
all right, let's go to Corey first.
I really like Yellow Wolf. His album Love Story, I can listen to that the whole way through.
Yep, I can too.
I think a big thing with Yellow Wolf, once again, he hasn't been around that long, and he kind of gears towards more singing and stuff like that in a lot of his newer stuff. And yeah, I just can't put him on a top 10 list or a top 12 list of all time.
Okay. Mr. Goho.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no. It's just because the only song that I think he's put out that I think holds any real, I guess, greatness is Best Friends, and that's because of Eminem. So I'm just gonna say no.
Yeah. Chance.
Just look it up.
Yeah, I'm also saying no.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he doesn't make the list. All right, guys, 2 more spots. We can do this.
Let's
Corey.
do it. Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay. All right, since we put Missy Elliott on the list, I think we should put one of her close friends, Ludacris, on the list. Ludacris is a guy that's been around for a long time. He has a lot of successful albums, successful singles. If you like the gutter stuff, he's got songs like Move Bitch, Roll Out, Act a Fool, all over the world, stuff like that. And I think he's an MC where he's been able to team up with some pop acts. Everyone knows him for being with Justin Bieber, Holiday in it, things like that, yeah, with Usher and Lil Jon, yeah, he can still put out, good quality hip hop music that I think a lot of rap fans can enjoy as well. So yeah, Ludacris.
All right. I'm gonna vote. Yes. Caleb.
No. I think Ludacris is good, but I wouldn't put him in my top 12 just because Ludacris is fine. He doesn't have anything that really stands out to me that's any different except his acting career. So,
Hunter.
I'm gonna agree with Caleb and say no, only because again, with what he said, no song of his really stands out to me, and I think to me he's better as a guest artist. He can really add really unique voice to the guest department. Of the few songs I heard from the single, it just didn't really grasp me the way it does some people.
All right. So I think the first time in a little while it's a 2-2 two yes no. Chance, it all comes down to you.
It's tough because I do like Ludacris a lot. He is very fun. I'm gonna say no by the thinnest of margins.
Damn it. All right. 2 people.
We keep going.
That's all we need. Chance, who you got?
Okay. I'm gonna pick a guy who was the pioneer of the fast rapper, and I'm gonna throw out Busta Rhymes. Busta Rhymes, he's someone who broke out early with the Leaders of the New School, but I think he's come out. He's stood out more of a solo artist. His rap style has become iconic. I think Busta Rhymes should be top 12. Absolutely.
Okay. Corey, Busta Rhymes, yes or no?
Sure, let's put him on there.
Hunter.
Yeah. He has a very unique voice. His flow style is very innovative. So yeah, for me, he gets on the list.
Okay. So that is a 3. That is a 3-0. Caleb, how would you have voted?
Rhymes is my number 10. He was literally the next person I was going to nominate. Yeah, Busta Rhymes absolutely was on here for me. He's the pioneer of fast rap. His verse on "Look at Me Now" will be legendary forever.
Yeah, his Busta Rhymes did not make. He initially didn't make my list, but like a lot of the names that I have on here, I have to kind of cancel out for different reasons. But yeah, Busta Rhymes, I think it will be a yes. So that leaves us with 3, 6, 9, we have 11. One more. I'm gonna try and do it here. A guy that is yet to be mentioned. I'm torn between this guy and another guy, and the other guy that I was going to nominate. Caleb was going to punch a wall. So I am not nominating Kanye, but instead I am nominating Childish Gambino.
Ooh! You just did the worst thing you could have ever done to me.
Childish Gambino, to me, is one of those modern rappers that can kick around with the early 2000s guys, and I think his I think his grab and his evolution in style, like he started out kind of raw, but then like look at a song like 3005. I'm a fan, and I have to try. So I'm gonna go to Chance first.
Childish Gambino. I do. Look, I love Donald Glover more than the next guy. I think he's kind of like Lin-Manuel Miranda. He's one of the creative people working. I feel like his biggest accomplishments aren't as a rapper though. Because of the internet, that's not even his best album. Like "Awaken My Love" is way better, and that's a soul album. So because his achievements as a singer and acting shine more than his achievement as a rapper, I gotta say no.
I'm sorry, that was a no?
I said no.
That was a no? Okay.
Yes, no.
Right. Mr. Goho.
Okay, I hear what Chance is saying, and I will raise him. Donald Glover is one of the most talented, multifaceted entertainment people in the world right now. The fact that he can do
He
a
is.
TV show like I know, but I'm getting somewhere. I'm just saying if he could do a TV show like Atlanta, go and do YouTube funny stuff like way back when he had Derek comedy, and even then do Childish Gambino and be multifaceted in genres where he could do soul and rap and everything. But his rap is so good. 3005 is great. I do think Because of the Internet is his best album, especially as a rapper. I'm staring at KB with sad eyes because I know he will never get on this list if Lecrae didn't. So I'm going to vote yes to Childish Gambino because I want someone that I like to get this last spot. So Childish Gambino gets a yes.
All right, Corey.
Are there?
There's one more. If Childish gets it, he takes the last spot.
As much as I'd love to fill that slot, I can't fill it with Childish Gambino, so I'm going to have to say no.
Okay, Hunter. It comes down to you. If you vote yes, we have the 12, and then we rank the 12. If you vote no, we hear Caleb's.
He was my number 4 on my list. I'm voting yes. The dude is, as Caleb and Chance brought up, the dude, Donald Glover, is a great actor. He's a great singer. He's also a great rapper. Look at Bonfire, which is one of my favorite songs by him. The rawness of that song and the flow and the lyrics just work so well. I love 3005. And then he goes into stuff like Sober or R&B, and it's still fun. It's funny. So, yes, Childish Gambino makes the list for me.
Okay. All right, guys, so we have our 12. So the way it's going to work is originally we are going to nominate to get 2 off, but we'll be here for fucking eternity. So we're just going to rank the 12 that we have. So on our 12, we have Snoop Dogg, Tech Nine, Tupac, Biggie, DMX, Eminem, Kendrick Lamar, Nas, Missy Elliott, Busta Rhymes, and Childish Gambino. Of those 12, I want you to write down on your whiteboard who the 12th rapper should be, and I'll give you like 15 seconds.
Wait, who the what should be?
Who the 12th best rapper should be.
The 12th best rapper should be.
Who is the worst on that list?
The worst on the list. Gotcha. Okay.
And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's go to Chance first, and we'll go the other way. Chance, what you got?
Tech Nine.
Okay, Corey.
Gambino.
Hunter.
DMX.
Caleb.
DMX.
I also have DMX. DMX is our number 12 rapper. Make the list. Let's write these in right quick. All right, guys. Do it all over again, but this time give me the number 11. The number 11 rapper. Everybody good?
Yeah.
All right, I want to go first. And Busta Rhymes. Caleb.
I have Snoop Dogg.
Hunter.
I have Jay-Z.
Oh, Jay-Z made the list. I forgot. Shoot.
Corey.
Gambino.
Can I change my vote?
We'll see. Chance.
Okay.
Tech Nine.
So that is everybody's different. So we have Tech Nine, Gambino, Jay-Z. What was yours, Caleb, again?
I had Snoop Dogg, but can I change my vote to Jay-Z? Because I forgot Jay-Z was on the list.
Council, will we allow it?
Sure.
I mean, what else would we do?
My original plan was to vote again, but you can't vote for the person that you already voted for.
Okay, yeah, we'll vote again.
Vote again? All right, vote again, guys.
Okay.
You can't vote for the person that you previously voted for.
Okay.
All I'm going to save this one for a later use. Try to preserve some paper. Everybody good?
Yep.
Okay. I'll go first, and Tech 9.
Me? Jay-Z.
All right, Hunter.
Since I had to change mine, I put Snoop Dogg.
Corey.
Missy Elliott.
Chance.
This didn't solve anything. Challenge Gambino.
Me and Hunter keep putting the same two. Can we just...
Okay.
Hold on. So we got 2 Tech 9s and 2 Jay-Z's. Can we...
Technically 2
just,
Snoop
like, settle
Dogs
on those?
also.
Okay,
Two
so,
Tech 9s also.
do we have 2 Gambinos, though?
Yeah, we had 2 Gambinos.
Okay, so between
I'll pour from a
Gambino...
Gambino vote.
Was that?
Okay, between Gambino... Okay, no, it's, between Gambino,
Jay-Z
Jay-Z,
and
Tech
Snoop
9, and Snoop Dogg.
So those are the 4 that had votes, right? Yeah.
And this 5 voters perfect.
Okay. All right.
Hunter, I believe in you.
Oh, yes, right here.
All right.
I'm looking at you.
Chance.
Oh,
Corey.
Gambino.
All right, Hunter.
Jay-Z.
Who was that? Who was that? Sorry.
He said Jay-Z.
Caleb.
Jay-Z.
All right. I'm still with Tech 9. So Corey, Tech 9 or Jay-Z?
Damn it. You gonna throw me in this? I mean,
You're
yeah, it's
going
Tech 9.
Tech 9?
Yeah, it's Tech 9.
Dang,
Right.
dude. I would have put Tech 9's the top 10 for me. Dang, dude. I would have took Jay-Z or Snoop Dogg off before that.
All right. We're in our top 10. Who is our number 10 rapper? All right. Everybody good?
Mhm.
Jay-Z? Caleb?
Jay-Z.
Hunter?
Jay-Z.
All right. That's the majority. Corey and Chance, would you have?
Gambino.
Challenge Gambino.
You guys both had Gambino? Yeah. All right. Who was our number 9? Everybody good?
Mhm.
Chance, you can go first.
Yeah, Challenge Gambino.
Hey, Corey.
Gambino.
All right, Hunter.
I had Snoop Dogg.
Caleb.
Snoop Dogg.
I had Buster Rhymes. So I will choose between Gambino and Snoop Dogg, and that will be Gambino.
He had a good run. I can't believe Snoop Dogg is high on the list, man.
Could be. He is my number 1 for a reason. All right.
He's not on my top 20.
What's left?
Number 8.
What's left?
What is left? We have Snoop Dogg, Tupac, Biggie, Eminem, Kendrick Lamar, Nas, Missy Elliott, Buster
Snoop
Rhymes.
Dogg. All right, this is for number 8.
Number 8. All right, 3, 2, Buster Rhymes.
Snoop Dogg.
Hunter.
Snoop Dogg.
Is that Snoop Dogg?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Corey.
Missy Elliott.
And Chance.
Kendrick Lamar.
That's low for Kendrick, dude. Wow. So
Okay.
Snoop Dogg is.
It is Snoop Dogg. Fuck. Snoop
Got
Dogg.
my way eventually.
Snoop Dogg should be at least top. But to each their own. All right, guys. Snoop Dogg is off there. Who is our number 7? Actually, yeah. Duh. All right, I'm gonna go first. Missy Elliott. Caleb.
Missy Elliott.
Hunter.
Missy Elliott.
Corey.
Missy Elliott.
Chance.
Kendrick Lamar.
Kendrick.
What did he say? Sorry.
Kendrick.
Kendrick.
Oh, yeah, Kendrick. All right. All right, guys. Number 6.
We're at 6.
1 second, sorry.
Okay, no worries. All right. Chance, you can go first.
Kendrick.
All right, Corey.
Kendrick.
Hunter.
Busta Rhymes.
Caleb.
Tupac.
I had Busta Rhymes. So Caleb, Busta Rhymes, or Kendrick?
This is the Sophie's choice. I'll go Kendrick.
Kendrick does not crack the top 5. I actually had before we did the show, I had Kendrick at number 5.
I have him at 4. So.
I personally just put Busta before Kendrick just because Kendrick is a little newer.
All right, guys. So just to remind you, our top 5, we have Tupac, Biggie, Eminem, Nas, and Busta Rhymes. All right. Everybody good?
Mm-hmm.
Busta Rhymes.
Mm-hmm.
Tupac.
Hunter.
Nas.
Corey.
Nas.
Boston.
And Chance.
Busta Rhymes.
All right.
Busta Rhymes. All right, 65. All right, number 4.
Is Nas still an option?
Nas is still an option.
Yes.
Nas, Tupac, Biggie, and Eminem. Chance.
Totally forgot Nas was on the list. Okay, I'm ready.
All right, we got
Nas.
Nas, Corey,
Eminem.
Hunter,
Nas.
Caleb.
Tupac.
I also had Nas. Nas is number 4.
Okay.
All right, number 3.
Whew. This is getting down to the wire.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go first. If everybody's good.
Mm-hmm.
Tupac.
Tupac.
Hunter.
I had Biggie Small.
Corey.
Eminem.
And Chance.
Eminem.
Hunter. Eminem. Hunter, Eminem, or Tupac.
Tupac.
Tupac is number 3.
You're a moron.
Ooh. All right. So for our final 2, we have Biggie and Eminem. Before we do that, I want to do some honorable mentions. So very quickly, if you guys still have your previous list going,
Yep.
I want you to give 3 names. Give like a phrase, just a phrase of each one, and I'll go with Chance first. 3 honorable mentions, just a phrase.
3?
Yeah.
Three, Andre 3000, Method Man, and fuck. Come back to me. Oh, Andre 3000, Method Man, and LL Cool J.
Okay. Corey.
Andre 3000, LL Cool J, and Big Pun because we lost him too soon.
All right. Hunter.
I only had two left. Mine was Lupe Fiasco and Machine Gun Kelly.
All right. Caleb.
Andy Mineo, Big Sean, and KB.
All right. I had Classified. You had to try and get a Canadian on there. Chuck D, Public Enemy. He had a very prominent voice. And a Ghostface Killer, because I know Corey and I's poker group, they'd be mad if we didn't try to get some form of Wu-Tang Clan on this list. Oh, sorry, and DJ Billy McGarry has to get on this list some way.
I would have voted for Classified had you nominated him because I think he's great.
Yeah, Classified's really good. All right, guys, we are now voting for who should be number one. Not
number one. Okay, number one.
Between Biggie and Eminem. Since he is the debuter and making his internet debut, I will let Corey go first. Who is your vote as the greatest rapper of all?
Biggie Smalls.
Mr. Chambliss, the Hunter.
I put Eminem, but
Mr. Coho.
Eminem.
Mr. Ellison.
Notorious B.I.G.
Comes down to me. And the greatest rapper of all time, as decided by us, four guys who don't know a whole lot about rapping, Mr. Biggie Smalls. Biggie Smalls fakes is our number one rapper. All right. Who wants to do the John Roca falsetto?
I'll do it. Why not?
All right. Who wants to do the Matt Nose countdown at number 10? I have the list here. Just someone's got to do at number 10, at number 9, that kind of stuff.
I'll do it.
Okay, 100. Yeah, 100 do it.
Okay. All right, and then Corey and Chance, you were on drum roll duties. All right, Caleb, can we hear that? That's
I'm gonna take a quick sip.
Falsetto.
The top 10 rappers of all time. Yeah.
Drum roll.
Are we starting now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, number 10. Sorry, at number 12. At number 12, we have DMX.
Yep.
Oh, no, 100.
Oh, no, I'm doing it. Okay, sorry. Okay, sorry. 12, DMX. 11, Tech 9. 10, Jay-Z. 9, Childish Gambino. 8, Snoop Dogg. 7, Missy Elliott. 6, Kendrick Lamar. 5, Busta Rhymes. 4, Nas. 3, Tupac. 2, Eminem. And 1, your greatest of all time.
Alrighty. We are at how long here? I think we're just over 2 hours.
Woo! Yeah.
Yeah, we're just under 2 hours. That's good. I want to thank the panel for joining us today. This is a doozy, but I think we have a pretty solid list.
Oh, yeah.
I know I try to do it with the guitarist, and I gotta get back to everybody on that one. I'll try and get a playlist for people who are maybe not familiar with these rappers if they want to catch some songs. So I'll try and work on that. But I want to thank everybody for joining us today. I'll go to Chance first. Where can everybody find you?
Lots of stuff. World Movie Games, Full Metal Media, Twitter and Instagram at ChanceWars91, Letterboxd and Stardust at ChanceD83, and YouTube at Chance the Critic.
All right, Hunter, where can everybody find you at?
You can check me out on Film Nerd TV. You can also check me out playing trivia over at the Jack of All Trivia. Check out Stardust. Just type in Film Nerd TV, and then patreon.com/filmnerdtv.
All right, Mr. Coho, where can everybody find you at?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram and at Caleb Coho. You can find me on Letterboxd for my reviews at Caleb Coho. You can, I assume you like raps, if you're watching our top 10 rappers video. My rap group, The Forks, put out our debut album, Shoot for Teams. That is available on all digital stores and streamers, iTunes, Spotify, all that good stuff. If you like that, check it out. And you can find me on YouTube, Caleb Coho, and Coho Productions are my 2 channels. And you can find me being the king over here on Jack of All Trivia.
All right, Corey, where can the good kids of the world find you?
I don't really do social media, so I'm gonna replug everyone else. Make sure you go follow them, and yeah, don't have to worry about me.
No.
No.
All righty, guys, and of course I am the Black Lantern, the creator commissioner of Jukebox Trivia. Be sure to check us out every Monday. We try to get something up here. Next week is going to be maybe a doubleheader. I'm not sure. I know there's going to be definitely a pre-tape matchup there. Grant Gregory taking on Luca, Hope Falanada. And then maybe next week, maybe the week after, is going to be our championship series. We're going to have 16 people whittled down to 2. And then those 2 will fight off for the first ever Jukebox Trivia Championship. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Be sure to check us out. Like, comment, subscribe. Check out the Facebook page if you want to hop in on a match, if you want to take on one of our sexy faces. See if you can beat us at any discipline of trivia, music, TV, movies, intergeekdom, wrestling. I think a certain roommate of yours, Mr. Dugay, might be into wrestling, so maybe try and get him in here. All right. Cheers out, guys. Peace out.